What's up, guys? It's me, Pez Flips, and if you're seeing this video, I actually am recording this back to back because it's a double unboxing day. Right after I was talking about overconsumption, that's right, 2 unboxings. But I have sold some of my stuff. I did sell my my Prisma, and if anyone is still interested, I am still selling the Thai Kraken, just because I would like to recuperate some funds. And I am interested in selling this guy at $360 price drop. So if that sounds something interesting to you, yeah, please feel free to hit me up. But anyways, back to the video. And this was the Jimpy Sentinel. So if you look back to a previous video, you will see me open this guy and give my opinions on it. But you're not here for this video. You're here, or for that video. You're here for this video, that is. So yeah, let's waste no time. I thought this was going to be my Kraken, but now looking at it, I'm starting to think that it's not. I'm starting to think that it might be something from Baliplus. I want to say this is from Colossong, and I think I'm right. Do you see that, guys? If you know that fade, that pink to white fade, and you have sharp enough eyes, you might be able to tell exactly what this is. So let's open it up. I'll take it out. Here we have the Baliplus Tsunami. Aluminum Tsunami. And wow, this thing is so incredibly light. It's actually funny. This Sentinel is it is 4.6 ounces, I believe. 4.6 ounces. And honestly, this thing feels pretty light, all things considered. But picking up something that is made out of aluminum is going to be drastically different from something that is made out of titanium. And also because it's already the Tsunami, which was made to be a light titanium knife, being put on the aluminum platform is going to make it very, very light. So flipping this right now, this feels almost identical to this guy. Is that not crazy? A plastic balisong feels almost the same as the Baliplus Tsunami. Let's look at the machining here. I am somebody who's familiar. Wowee, that is beat up. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's just hair or something like fuzz. Looks like it's a little oily, maybe. This is a false edge. They didn't have any of the live edges available at the moment. So I do have this guy, which is a sharpener. So maybe I'll attempt to do it on this blade, but I'm unfamiliar already with the blade profile that they use. I think the machining is really good. I will say that this machining is markedly worse than the machining on the titanium Baliplus Tsunami, the V4 that is. It has like a frosted kind of effect on the sides here, because there's not really any texturing. I think that, they're probably not going to change the design too much. Obviously, the jimping kind of sucks butt, but, it is what it is. The screws do help with, like, the end weight. I think that this thing feels, honestly, very good. Like, I've always wanted a really light balisong that's comfortable, round, and it might be a little slippery, but this weight, I feel like you could flip this thing forever. It feels so light, so incredibly light. There is a little bit of play. I can feel it already. Let's do a little play test. Yeah. Definitely some tuning needing to be done here. Let me see if I can crank it just a little bit. And then add some oil, perhaps. I mean, when I'm looking at it, it looks like there's already oil in there. And trying to crank it, yeah, that hardware is already cranked down. Or it's Loctited. I'm not entirely sure. I'm just going to put some extra oil in, see if that does anything to the sound. I know that on good tunes with these guys, they have a much lighter ping sound to them. And this one is a little muted, to be honest. But I imagine with the cheaper price points with Baliplus, and honestly, the more expensive ones, Baliplus is not really like the tuning goat. Not to be expected anyways, because it is a clone maker. You can see there, it got a little bit away from me. This was the color that I went with, the pink Anno. And I know some people are not a huge fan of the fades, but I actually think that the pink one probably looks the least obtrusive of a fade. I think some of the other ones, like I think the blue one, I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head the other fades that they do have, but some of them look very, like the transition between the two is very harsh. And this one, I think, with like it being a lighter shade color already, kind of works better with that raw aluminum look. So you can kind of hear that it's going somewhere. It does feel like it lacks a little bit of momentum, and that's to be expected with that weight. But this is very neutral. Kind of struggling to get around some rollovers here and there. But I think that like for it being so light, to like add the additional momentum to like get it over like across the line is more feasible, because you can kind of get away with like making your fingers do a lot more of that motion instead of your wrist. So some could argue that it's better at having like that fast, that almost flow. I mean, I kind of go back and forth on whether or not light is better for that. I think it's harder to have like a smooth look to it, but if you know what you're doing, you can kind of get away with it. Choker fans definitely get away. Let's do a little Chaplin. Chaplins, yeah, they fly away, which is a bummer. Not gonna lie. Yep, Chaplins are getting away from me, but fans, I think it fans perfectly. I found that the Baliplus blade was very light compared to like the DI blade, which I know is actually authentic to the weight of a real Tsunami. And like that one, it has a lot more substance to it. So when I flip that one, I definitely feel like I'm flipping something with more weight, whereas like the Baliplus one, like I said, very light. I will say that the sound is not awesome, but for its price, I want to say this was like $60. This is definitely worth it. I'll have to spend more time with it, but I'm so far impressed with it. I think it's a little bit more of an advanced flipper, just because it's not like handle bias. It lacks a little bit of that momentum, and it's a little bit more on the slippery side. So if grip is something that is of your concern, maybe hold off on this guy. I think there are more grippy aluminum balisongs out there. I think you could probably get away with doing double bite indicators on this guy if you really wanted to be like that, but honestly, I think the bite indicators look kind of ugly. Even if you have one of them on there, you can kind of hear it's breaking in a little bit, but yeah. I'll have to check to see if this guy's Loctited or not, but yeah, really cool to have this. I will say, little ad note, I'll probably have to make a video separate to this. I am not going to recommend Call-A-Song anymore. I don't think that they have a secure payment. I've made purchases with Call-A-Song many a time, and doing so, I've had a couple of fraudulent charges on my card, and as such, I've had to get new cards. And I notice that it only happens when I buy from Call-A-Song. So I have switched to BBKS for my clones if I am going to buy any. And that is because they offer Google Pay. So I can kind of run it through an intermediary that kind of acts as a secure terminal to kind of, run my money through, so that if somebody tries to get my information, they have to go through Google, which, I mean, I'm not like a huge woohoo corporations guy, but if they're going to try to go through anybody, going through one of the richest companies in the world, I think is going to be a lot harder than just going through like one random Joe Schmo Call-A-Song guy. So yeah, I would hold off on your business with Call-A-Song until they figure out some alternative payment options, because as it stands right now, I don't think that they are the most secure or safe place to purchase from. So yeah, just keep that on your radar. There are some better alternatives to go out there. The more I'm talking about this, the more I think I should just make a dedicated video to it, because I do think it's important to protect your money. I mean, I have a bank that is very patient with me, and they don't mind, and I've never gotten to have, like, I've never lost money. Like, I've had people run charges before, but I've gotten that money back. So not everyone is that lucky. Not everyone has banks that do that. So yeah, just I would hold off from calls because I don't think that they have their security, their payment security, like, figured out as is right now. So yeah, this is the Baliplus aluminum Tsunami. Definitely a little bit more bouncy, but I need to tune this guy up and see how he sounds on, like, a really crispy tune. So yeah, there you go. Let's try to hit another double scissor. That one, you almost got it. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. Okay, last try. Nope. All right, well, it's been Pez Flips, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Not going to be doing an unboxing. I do have, like I said in the last video, do have my Kraken coming back, my actual V3 Kraken that I've gotten modded. I'm not going to say what I did to it, but it should be, it should sound a little different, if that gives you any inclinations as to what it might be. So, yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video, and see you later. Peace.